Joe Budden finds himself in some real serious controversy, and it's not because of Melissa Ford this time.
Got him!
It's about what he said about Meg Thee Stallion. Now, as you know, he is a big-time supporter or friend of Tory Lanez, and he believes that Meg Thee Stallion was lying about what happened with the shooting. And every now and then, he will take his opportunity to come out and basically have a soundbite on the podcast that's very anti-Meg Thee Stallion, according to certain people. And this one would be no different.
Business opportunities, one of which was the chance to be a part of the game Call of Duty, but she refused once she learned that she would be a shootable character, a character that you could shoot. Very smart.
They'd have been shit out of Meg.
Very smart. I don't even play Call of Duty. I'd have bought it off the strip. Hell yeah.
Meg Thee Stallion didn't want to be on this video game, and she didn't want to be getting shot at. And he says, well, I don't play the game, but if she was on there, I'd buy the game so I could shoot at her. Okay? Now, that's the controversial comment that is being, discussed about. And of course, you have ladies who are unhappy about it.
One of those women were a victim of gun violence. And so all the misogynistic men just decided that they were going to take the side of Tory Lanez just because they did sleep together. And she lied about sleeping with him at first because she was embarrassed. So because she lied about that, she lied about everything. So we're going to all be Team Tory and basically continuously make jokes about shooting at a woman, shooting at a black woman, and many men have made jokes online, have made jokes about Meg Thee Stallion being unalived, etc.
So this is what I thought would happen. Of course, this is what's happening. What you're hearing right now is this lady making it not just a Meg Thee Stallion issue, okay? They're going to throw in the black woman issue. And this is why, as black men, we got to really be very careful when we talk about any black woman, because what tends to happen is this. Oh, you guys are talking about Meg Thee Stallion, but now shooting at a black woman. So they're going to include, 20 plus million people and to try to throw in a whole entire race or gender and make it gender specific violence. All right. So just because she lied about what happened with Gayle King, it doesn't give you the right to make fun about shooting a black woman. Although he's talking about doing this on a video game. This is a joke. It may be a bad joke, but no. Let's pull this out and make it about violence against all black women. And then it gets worse.
And it's not that I expect common sense or morality from a nigga named Joe Budden. However, using your platform to say you would download a game strictly just to shoot at a black woman is insane. And that speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. I know some people say, oh, some of the things he says is just clickbait, is just for shock value. But I really hope the black women in your life are listening and they take heed to what you're saying, because all this stuff is not shock value.
Now, how could you use your platform, okay? Even if it is clickbait, which she doesn't believe that it is, how can you do that talking about black women? You should be canceled. Now, guys, this is something that's very, 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 very vital, okay? And I'm going to tell you why it's vital.
I just feel like Joe should not be saying anything, especially that could compromise his brand. He's just getting sponsorships again, just had a cool write-up in Rolling Stone. Like, why? I get it. You're taking up for your friend. You don't like her. You're friends with Tory. Cool. There's so many other things that could have been said instead, especially when Joe already had to apologize to Megan for disrespectful comments that he made during the trial back in 2020.
So this lady is mentioning something about Joe Budden's past in situations with women. Joe Budden, you just got all of your podcast sponsorships back. You just got a write-up in the Rolling Stone. But let's talk about Joe Budden's history. Okay, 2020 lost Spotify. All right, basically 2017, basically revolt. Patreon lost head of creator equity. But the main one that I want to talk about was when he lost the Cash App sponsorship in 2001, 2022 with Square. Okay, Cash App Square sponsorship. What happened then? he had an employee by the name of Olivia Dope who released a video of sexual harassment, okay, inappropriate comments, flirting and touching, creating a work environment she felt unsafe in. Now, basically, this went viral again. Like I said, he came out and had to apologize to this. Cash App left, all right? And not only was Cash App the main sponsor of the Joe Budden network, but it was the sponsorship of all the other network spinoff shows. So Cash App bounced. And so even though what he's saying for us as men is like, oh, he's talking about just buying a video game and then just whatever, shooting a video game character, he's not really talking about harming her. The reality is that you do have a platform. And what's going to happen is these women are going to use that against you to say, you're attacking all black women. And so what I have found out since I've been on, social media the last 10 years is that, think about the manosphere, some of the red pill stuff, that's pretty much, gone. And I've never really been like the real hardcore red pill guy. Like, I would call out women and still do, but just a lot of that content was kind of like dying off, right? Almost everybody got demonetized. Everybody left, and the manosphere is still there, but now the manosphere is not even there anymore, at least on the white side. On the white side, it has become a part of the alt-right agenda, like almost completely. So the red pill ideology is just a part of the alt-right. And that's what you see now with a lot of content creators. Andrew Tate's leaning more politically, Myron's more politically. So that's what you're seeing. And so what men need to understand is that if you have a business that you got to deal with in the regular world, sponsorships, brand money, how you treat women is so important. How do we know? Look at what happened with Shannon Sharp and Gabriella Zuniga. Now, he's never been a person that really talks down on women or anything like that, but look at what happened with him and that got him fired at ESPN. That lost him the Boost Mobile sponsorship. It cost him hundreds of millions of dollars, most likely, in opportunities, all right? And this is just something that we got to understand as men. If there's a societal component about, number one, keeping it real, right? Number two, saying things that go viral. Talking about women that have violence and issues, it's not gonna work. It's just not, right? Save your commentary to yourself, because you don't want to have nothing out there where they're gonna be able to say, oh my God, it's gender-based violence. And clearly, I don't think that what he was saying is anything related to gender-based violence. He's not telling anybody, go out here and do this to women. He's not telling anybody, come out there and do that to women. I don't believe he's doing that at all, okay? However, that's not how they're gonna play it. And so what they're gonna do is put pressure on brands to remove you. And again, that's what people do when they wanna get you fired. Like, if you think about it, look at what happened with these teachers in the Charlie Kirk. They come out here, some of them didn't even wish death on Charlie Kirk. Just listen, Charlie Kirk, I don't know what was wrong with him. You get what you deserve. Hate is hate. So let's just say if they wouldn't say hate is hate, all they do is they go directly to the sponsors, or they go directly to their employers, and then they say, this is what your employee is saying. And guess what? It doesn't matter if that employer supports the left or support the right. It's a bad look for the sponsor. They cannot be associated with you, because the brand wants money from the left, from the right. The brand cares about making money from people who are religious, people who are godly. It doesn't matter. And if your money depends on that, you gotta watch what you say. Now, if you want to be like Nick Fuentes and your money depends on Rumble and whatever you say there, sure, by all means, you say whatever the hell you want to say. But when you got somebody else paying money on your behalf, you're gonna watch what you say. Absolutely, you're gonna watch what you say. Okay? Point blank, period. You're going to watch what you say. And you need to watch what you say, especially when other people spending their money on your stuff. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, OG Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Unnecessary Junk. Appreciate you for all. You just heard the bell. We're out.